basically, across the world, we have limited mental health resources, especially in the area of manpower. That is across the world. But when we talk about Nigeria, we have a very pressing issue on our hands. For example, you know that we can safely say that about 20% of Nigerians are affected by one mental health issue or the other. And one of the biggest challenges we have in tackling this magnitude of problem or challenges are lack of resources. Access to resources is very, very limited. Number one, what affects access? Availability. They are not there. The facilities are not there. Can you imagine to talk about maybe mental health facilities we have in Nigeria? I think in the southeast we have just one comprehensive one, and it's supposed to take care of everything. In the other states of the southeast we have something near. I don't think we even have in every state. So first of all, they are not available. So why would you access what is not available? And then for the ones that are available, access is a lot. Can talk about the transportation issue. Is the person even able to? That will be a financial access. You can talk about every other aspect of access. And then we have, let me quickly also run through the fact that we have very limited mental health care workforce. For example, records show that in Nigeria there are just about 200 psychiatrists.
Only 200?
Yeah, you're talking about 40 million people needing one attention or the other in the area of mental health. And then you have just about 1,000 psychiatric nurses. And we have much fewer clinical psychologists, even though they are not even completely integrated in the mainstream. We don't even have the things we call psychiatric social workers and so on. So you can imagine that our situation is there.
Interesting. But for you, what are the most common mental health issues that you come across at work?
Well, you know, many times people, in talking about mental health, they begin to think about mental health issues, they begin to talk about the major illnesses. The major illnesses are there. But the truth is that people are in a whole range of continuum of coping. Coping. I like to say that somebody has a mental health issue, you say somebody has a mental health issue when he's no longer able to cope with the usual things he does with. Yeah. Based on that, I like to say that mental health problem is a problem of living. So it could be that in the environment where I am working, I am overwhelmed by the amount of work, and we can really be overwhelmed. In fact, one of the things I'm trying to address in the office is mental health of the academic, because you do so much. Yeah, but sometimes you see them, you know, sometimes I look at them, I say, you people must be miracle workers to be able to still produce. But then sometimes somebody is not able to. Again, it can begin to manifest as forgetfulness, can begin to manifest as ability to take decisions properly, and so on. And then of course poor sleep and all that. So it's actually very common. You may not put a name to all of them. However, anxiety is there, very, very common. There are various types of anxiety. You know, generally, you know, people know about what we call generalized anxiety disorder. You know, somebody is tense and is not really able to relax. By that time, they're already calling it a disorder. And then there are also, you know, something we are not paying attention to right now with the amount of insecurity in the country, This one is also on the rise. Post-traumatic stress disorder. You know, when people suffer traumas, when people, you know, suffer sudden, you know, sudden issues, let's just say traumas, because you can begin to classify trauma around things like this, kidnapping and so on, watching people do certain things, you know, all these gruesome things that are happening. So we are not paying attention to them, but it's on the rise.